Thanks for joining. This is Ben with TSS. Today we're going to be talking about the Desert Eagle. This one is a 50 caliber. This is the DE50 SRMB. As you can see, it's got the rail on top, the compensator, and the rail on the frame as well. So this all stainless steel beast is chambered in 50 BMG. I mean, just kidding. This is chambered in 50 Action Express. This is the big Desert Eagle. So this is the first time that I shot one of these with the compensator. I've fired them in the past, but never with the comp. I will say that the recoil was pretty manageable for the cartridge, but definitely, like you always have with a compensator or a muzzle brake, it makes it so much louder and more obnoxious. I mean, just big balls of fire. So this DE50 SRMB is all stainless steel. It's got the compensator, the rail on the top, and the railed frame as well. So you could put some kind of a holographic sight on there if you so choose, a light, what have you. I don't know what you want to hang off of this already very heavy pistol, but if you wanted to, you have those options with this particular incarnation. So this is a Mark 19, that is X1X in Roman numerals. This is a Mark 19 variation, one of the newest versions of the Desert Eagle lineup. This one has, like all the others, this is a single action. It's got about a 4-pound trigger pull. Not necessarily the smoothest, lightest trigger pull. It is, there's a little bit of creep, there's a little bit of take up, but you know what? A hair trigger is probably not something that you really want on a gun like this anyway. You definitely know it when you touch it off. Definitely fun. You should give it a try even if you don't want to add one to your collection. Let's be honest, it's sort of a novelty. Unless you have gigantic hands, there's not much you can do with this practically. It is a little bit too big to be comfortable in my hands. One thing I don't like about the Desert Eagles is the fact that this slide rides so low. When I press out on a gun, my hands tend to go a little bit higher. I keep my thumbs a little bit higher. On this, I needed to kind of stay out of the way, make sure I wasn't jammed up against the slide. So yes, it's a gigantic gun for a gigantic cartridge. It's not necessarily going to fit in the average person's hand very well, but definitely fun. You should come down and give it a try if you get the chance. Ammunition is a little on the expensive side. You're probably not going to find it about less than $30 a box, no matter what 50 Action Express load you've got. Even if you're reloading it yourself, the components are going to be pretty pricey as well. But it is pretty badass to be able to sling a 300 grain projectile at almost 1,500 feet per second, and that was just the Hornady load that we were using today. There are lots of other options out there. Price point, the MSRP is about $2,060 on this, so you're looking at close to $2,000 for this particular variation. Some of the others are going to start out a little bit less than that, but they're all going to be in the, you know, what is it, $1,500 to $2,000 price range, sometimes a little bit more if you want something like the titanium gold Tiger Stripe or whatever, the new black Tiger Stripe. There are also some other variations out there now, like the lightweight alloy frames. I haven't had the opportunity to fire one of those yet, but I'll keep you posted if I can get my hands on one. Definitely a cool gun to shoot. Is it one you want to add to your collection? Well, that's a personal choice. If you want to spend a couple grand on something that is mostly a novelty, cool. If you want it for a hunting gun, well, I probably would choose something maybe like a long slide 10mm or, you know, a Glock Model 40 or something that fit my hand a little bit better, because this is definitely on the big side. Not really comparable ballistically, but I think this is a little bit too much for any kind of realistic application for me personally. If you get a chance to come down to the range and try it, or if your buddy's got one, definitely pull the trigger a few times. It's well worth it. This has been Ben with TSS. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.